When was the last time you went to Mexico?
When I was like a kid, before I
Really?
even was required to like have a visa. That's how young I was. Because I think if you're a minor, you don't have to have a visa. You can go with like a passport, or not a passport, but a birth certificate.
Right, right.
So like I never even had a visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just funny. I mean, like I've been to the motherland, countless times, but it's just different when you're there. And I think the biggest thing is, and I think you and I have discussed this, it's just almost like the UFC, right?
Hmm.
If we go to a France event, it's wild, right? In Paris, because they're rooting for their country. They're rooting for their fighter, their players. Like, if you were to go to a soccer game, like it's different for us because we're like,
Yeah,
we
that's
don't
how
have the
the
same.
Americans are. They don't really ride. I feel like it's always one of these things where, like we said with the UFC too, each state is its own country. The
Yes,
US views
exactly.
states as their countries.
Yeah, for
So
the
there's no,
sports,
yeah, there's no real loyalty. Yeah, because that's how the sports are set up, right? They're
right?
American sports. People from Atlanta, they follow the Falcons, they follow the
Right.
Hawks and shit like
Kansas
that.
City Chiefs, New
Yeah.
York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, we
So
could
it's
go
not as
down the list.
special when it's like, oh, it's USA. It's not always as special, which kind of sucks though.
But
It
you know
does
what
kind
the
of suck.
but if you think about it, the real reason why is because, like, in Europe, I mean, you have 10 countries
Hmm.
that are just like stacked on each other. And it's so easy for them to kind of hop towards to go to another country. So you have France versus Germany, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Spain versus Portugal, England. It's their culture. So
Hmm.
that they're gonna ride or die with their country. And it's very similar. Like you said, if you were to go to a New York game or a Boston Celtics game, these fans are gonna be just wild,
Right.
wild. So Mexico is wild because, I mean, like, they're over there repping. It's all Mexicans, of
Yeah.
course.
I see like Ryan Garcia is getting flack though because he's like a white Mexican type deal. What do you think about that? What do you think about like the Mexicans kind of getting on some of the American
Oh
Mexicans?
yeah, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, even for me, like, they would talk shit to me too.
Do
You
they
feel
need
me?
to chill
Like,
a little bit or what? What you think?
it is what it is. Like,
It just is
you
what
could
it
tell
is.
you could tell them to chill. They ain't gonna chill.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. That's for sure.
To me
That's not
though, it's
happening.
always like, bro, like it doesn't matter. Like you guys are Mexican at the end of the day. Like if he fucks with it, he fucks with it. But I guess it
Nah,
is what it is.
nah. You ain't real Mexican though.
Right, because you don't
It's
speak the
different,
language, you weren't born here.
right?
That's
You
what
don't
they're getting
live
on Ryan
here.
Garcia about. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, you don't even speak Spanish, bro. Like, quit
Yeah,
rooting
yeah,
for us.
yeah. Now it's like, now you you don't. It's one of those things like, hey, we live here. We're from here.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
even my own cousins can give me shit, bro.
Hmm. I
That
feel
live
that.
in Mexico, like, they really will give me shit.
Boy, USA is gonna be on in like an hour. Is that the deal? USA soccer or something?
Hey, bro, you know more than me.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw something. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
on in
know
about
that.
an hour. 1 second.
All right.
I don't follow it at all, but you know.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big soccer fan. Even yesterday, I was trying to watch the game. I was like, I'll watch the second half.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm a
Second half is better. Is it kind of like basketball? It's like a fourth quarter sport type deal. Second half sport.
well, basketball, I can watch the whole thing because it's like going back and forth. Like, you got points going on. Like, here, the score could be 1-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all
Hmm.
right. Like,
Takes a
I mean,
minute to get the
huh?
action going. It takes a minute to get the action going
It
for
takes
like the goals
60
and
minutes.
shit
It takes 60 minutes.
to get like a goal.
Right.
That
You
is
know
kind
what I
of
mean?
annoying to
So
watch. Yeah.
in basketball, it could be, 40 to 30, first quarter. You're going to have nonstop action.
Yeah. But the real like time to watch is always like the last 2 minutes in basketball. Usually.
If it's a close game, sure. If
Yeah.
it's
And
a
then
close
they
game.
usually kind of are. Like usually ends
See,
up
like
being
with
that way.
basketball, I can watch a whole basketball game, though. Like, I can get
You
into
can.
it. Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
know a
for
lot of
sure.
people who say that about basketball too. They're like, I'll catch the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
A lot
and
of
I
people
get
say
that.
that. Yeah.
I get that. Like, in football, like, I've always been diehard. Like, I can watch football like no other.
I could watch football the whole way through.
Yeah.
And that could never be us watching like fights or something. Nobody ever said, "I'll catch the fifth round. I'll catch the third round." You got to
No,
watch
no.
that shit all the way
Yeah,
through.
you can't do that. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
but a couple sports, you know, the last quarter is kind of like the most to watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough boring people with the shit that they're not even here for.
Well, let me ask you this: fair
Okay.
or foul? Like, so the Mexican fans stood and honked their horns, made all types of noise in front of the Ecuador hotel all night.
Oh, wait, the
It,
players, where
no,
the
like the
players are
fans in
staying?
the street.
No, I know,
Fans in the
but
street.
the Ecuador hotel, is that where the
Yeah,
players are staying? They're keeping them up at
right.
night?
Yeah.
Oh
Honking the
shit.
horn.
No, that's fair.
All
That's fair.
that's fair?
That's fair. That's fair.
Uh,
Yeah, all's fair in love and war. Hey, get what Ecuador?
yeah.
Get Ecuador's fans to go do that to Mexico. You feel
Well
me?
now
If you
but now
got it,
but
all's fair in love and war.
yeah, but now they out.
Oh, now they're out. Yeah, it
Now
was
they out.
fair. It was fair.
Yeah.
Mexico's
Michael
dope. I
Mor
see how they're like riding for their people. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, and we're so close, right?
hmm
We're so close.
There's like big droves of people too. It's more than like any other fan base.
I mean, it is pretty big.
Yeah, it's massive.
There's some epic scenes coming out of
It's
there.
making headlines. It was on ESPN Instagram, like for
Yeah, no,
front page this morning.
yeah, no, it's you know what's cool too is like we can go down like every almost city in the United States, LA, Orange County, San Diego, New York, Phoenix, bro. Every city has Mexicans partying right now.
Yeah.
Crazy watch parties.
Which is dope. You know, it adds to the Mexico team. So I don't know why like the Mexicans from Mexico are like, yo, don't be rooting for us. It's like the more the merrier, but shit. It is what it is.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, Franklin says last 6 minutes or less is when it gets more real in the NBA. Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, depending on how close the game is, right?
Yeah,
Like
sometimes
when
there's
the
blowouts though.
right.
LeBron's retired essentially.
I don't know about that. I know
He's
he's
not
back going back with the Lakers, but
there's bro, the way they report this shit is so funny sometimes. Especially for me being such an outsider. It's like
yeah.
he's not returning to the Lakers, but the door's still open about whether or not he will
Yes. Well,
retire.
someone's gonna go and try to sign him.
Yeah, of course.
So he's like a free agent now.
He's
So
leaving the door open.
yeah, yeah.
So funny though, how he's like, I'm not coming back to the Lakers. Why not? Do you have an answer?
Uh,
Why is he shutting that door?
it could be one of those things like, hey, they tried there. He wants to maybe retire in his hometown. He's from Cleveland.
Oh, okay. Set
He's
something
from
up like that.
Cleveland. Yeah, he used to live in Miami. He can set something up, go to Miami. Miami just got a big trade. They got Giannis.
Lower
So I mean,
tax bracket area too.
there's that too. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that.
Miami's one of those, there's no state income tax. So maybe,
Mm.
you know,
He
cash
used to
in.
play there. He won a championship there. So
Yeah. Cash in with the last couple years, pay less taxes,
I
maybe.
mean, this is it. Yeah, this is it.
Okay. Now looking at the headline,
Yeah.
you know, you can see it, right? I mean, wait, if you don't got the stream pulled up on your computer, can you? You know, I like
I
it when you
can.
pull it up on your computer. Okay. Anyway, Justin Gaethje is a thumbing cheat.
Why
You've been
that?
seeing it? You've been seeing it or no?
No,
I mean,
not that.
okay, so I mean, we're gonna get into it, but I'll just, you know, the little rundown for the day. Justin Gaethje a thumbing cheat. UFC Azerbaijan recap. You know, Fiziev stops Loco round two.
Yeah.
Round two, right? And then
Impressive.
Shanko banned from fighting in the US. Now, who would have thought that my throwaway ass comment on X would have gone viral? It's got like it's got like over 500,000 views. It's insane.
Really?
And I just fucking quote tweeted his fight announcement because Shanko's debut in the UFC's booked for
Okay.
Abu
I
Dhabi.
don't even know who Chanco is.
John Pork, the guy who jumped Dylan Dennis.
Oh.
You know I've been on this guy's ass. I've been on but you know I've been on his ass, right?
True.
Remember when I crashed out
Well,
like a few months ago?
The whole crowd, the whole team, yeah.
The whole team got on him, and I'm like, bro, that's fucking ridiculous. Don't
What up,
ever come
Space
back
Kid?
on US soil. You know what I'm
True.
saying? And so
True.
basically I just been seeing Shanko's debuts booked. So I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand seeing that. So I quote tweeted it and I just said this guy won't fight in US because he got a case waiting for him when he lands.
Oh.
You know? Cuz I'm like, how funny. Debut set for Abu Dhabi. How funny. Last time he was on US soil, he assaulted one of our citizens. And then
True.
so somebody else, and then I also like linked the video of why he can't fight in the US and why he got a case waiting. And then somebody commented, they're like, a case for what exactly? I'm like, assaulting / jumping a US citizen while here on a visa, then proceeded to self-snitch on himself in a red corner interview for clout. And this post got like fucking 596,000 views and like 2K likes. Insane. But it's true, bro. Fuck this guy, John Pork. And I don't care if it's Dylan Dennis. A lot of people saying like, it's funny when you have to say
Like
it's
he
an
deserved
American
it.
citizen instead of Dylan Dennis. It's like, yeah, because you guys would get it all twisted if I said Dylan Dennis. Yeah, he
Right.
doesn't deserve it more because he's Dylan Dennis. He's an American citizen at the end of the day. You know, you assaulted one of our citizens, you committed a crime on our soil, and that's why your
See,
debut is booked for Abu Dhabi and not the US. So good luck, you know, have a fun career fighting internationally. We don't fucking claim you, John Pork, and we don't even want you back, homie. You got a case waiting for your bitch ass. Don't ever
I
come on our
wonder.
soil and assault one of our citizens
Well,
again.
well, here's the thing too, like, because that's in what was that, New York?
Yeah.
So he can fight probably in Las Vegas.
Maybe.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
it's not
Because
a
it's state
federal
jurisdiction.
crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a federal crime.
Although maybe like the fact that he committed a crime on a visa could make it
Now there is
federal.
that too. Now
Yeah.
that could be like something like, hey, you did have a visa. We're not gonna let you back in the country
Right.
because that could be true.
You're assaulting our fucking citizens, you clown. And then doing interviews about it. So anyway, I kind of just did discuss it right now.
Yeah.
But Justin Gaethje a thumb and cheat, bro. I don't want to go. I mean, I'll kind of give you the breakdown since you haven't really heard about it and then share your
Yeah.
opinion. But you know, I know Gaethje, he just won the belt. I know he's been doing his thing. He's on this new positive PR run, especially
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
whole Strickland
Well
debacle, right?
Well deserved.
Right.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. But before that, he was on a little down spiral in the PR because he was beefing with Strickland, right? Talking
Mhm.
shit to the fans and shit like that, saying Strickland's dumb, everybody getting on Gaethje. So it's like Gaethje's going from bad guy to good guy. And now I kind of want to keep him as the good guy because I don't really hold
Yeah.
anything against him. But this dude was cheating, and he's been cheating in his last 2 fights. So he's back to bad guy. I got to say it, like he's back in the doghouse. And
Cheating.
yeah, I don't
Okay,
make the rules.
break it down. Break it down.
His jab,
Uh-huh.
he doing one of the dirtiest tricks in the book. One of the oldest, dirtiest tricks in the book. Okay?
Okay.
He's thumbing. He's thumbing. He's
While
jabbing. He's jabbing and he's intentionally skimming right past the cheek, okay? And he's catching you with the thumb. He's going like boom.
No, I get
He's
it.
going
I
like
get it.
this.
So he's doing these type of punches?
Yeah, but he's disguising it like this. So he'll punch you, and then this thumb will fucking get you, and this fist hides the fact that you poked him.
It's-
Like,
so
let's say
you've
Herb
already-
Dean's on this side. Herb Dean's on this side, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he thumbs him. Do you see how you can't? How that Herb is blind to that?
Okay, hold on.
Do you see my thumb? Do you see my
Yeah,
thumb?
no, I get it. I get. I get. Do we have evidence of this?
We have video evidence.
Oh, all right. I gotta go back and watch this tape.
Why
now.
don't you pull it up on the IG right now?
Oh, it's on the IG. Okay.
We got screenshots and video evidence.
Whoa.
Doing it to Patty Pimblett and doing it to Ilya.
Whoa.
And it's like, listen, people saying, oh, Gaethje can get away with it, but Cyril Gahn does it and everybody loses their shit. I'm here to keep it a buck. Gaethje a cheat, man, and you got and there's no room for that shit. There's no room for that.
Damn, he went from hero to villain.
He went from
Crazy.
villain to hero back to villain again. And he's cheating.
No, I see what you're saying.
He's thumbing. That's a coin that was coined from the back ages of in boxing way in the early days. Okay, I came across this post back in the day in boxing. Okay, the boxers with their gloves, the thumb wasn't protected. The thumb wasn't immobilized.
Right.
Okay, the reason why boxing gloves now have the thumb immobilized is because of thumbing. Thumbing is a common, well-known tactic. It was actually changed. That's what got the boxing gloves to get changed, to immobilize the thumb. That's why the thumb is immobilized in boxing. Because of thumbing
Okay.
in the early days when the thumb was still free.
Okay. I mean, you're making a lot of sense. I have to admit, like for me not knowing none of this,
Yeah.
your pitch, you got me.
Okay. So, and here's one last thing I'll tell you, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you
yeah.
one more.
What's
And you
up,
know-
Fight Sports Talk?
You know, I always keep it real, always, right?
Right.
So, you know how, remember in the past I said, yo, Gaethje, he's one of the most petty motherfuckers out there.
Okay.
And the examples I've given you in the past when he fought with no logo on his gloves,
Okay.
I think he was being a bit petty. I think he intentionally rubbed off the logo because the UFC was in negotiations with Trevor Whitman for the glove. They didn't come to a deal. And Gaethje's like, fuck you, I'm gonna wipe this logo off your gloves. He's petty.
Okay,
Maybe
I get
that's an
that.
assumption, okay? But the other pettiness is that's how Gaethje got this title shot with Ilya in the first place, because of how petty he is. You know, he did the UFC a favor by fighting Max Holloway, like we've been over in the past. He didn't want to fight Holloway, right? Because Gaethje wanted to fight for the belt, fight towards the title. Why would he fight Holloway coming up from 45? That's not going to get him closer to the belt, right? So Gaethje
Right.
didn't want to do that, but the UFC wanted that fight. They were adamant, right? For UFC 300, let's put that on there. He said, okay, I'll do you the favor. He ends up getting flatlined, knocked out on his face. And that pissed him off too, because he's like, you know what? Fuck you guys too. I didn't want this fight. I did you the favor. Now I'm flatlined on my face. I'm going to get this one back because Gaethje's petty. And so if you remember, like towards the end of last year, there were all these fights that he was kind of like turning down and sitting out of because he was like, I'm fighting for the belt or I'm done. There was this stage, right?
I mean, it was, yeah,
He
there
was
was a
basically saying,
narrative.
I only want
There
the
was a
belt. And he was saying
there
like,
was a narrative for that.
right,
Yeah,
because
there was
I
a
was even
narrative.
saying, because I was telling you, I was like, he's cashing in the chit. A chit is another word for a favor. You know, he
Mhm.
did the UFC a favor, right? He won a couple of fights, and he's like, fuck you, I want my favor cashed in now. That's how he got the Patty fight, because he was refusing everything. And he would have just sat out completely. He would have never returned. And so I say all that to say, Gaethje's petty. Okay, so follow me. It's a long example I'm giving. But the point
Mhm.
blank of what I just said, Gaethje petty. Gaethje petty. In his fight with Michael Chandler, he got eye poked. Okay, that changed Gaethje. Now he's gonna be the one poking you. He's petty, and so he's just almost instead of being the one to receive the foul, he's
Right.
like
He wants to.
he's preemptively fouling his opponent. He's like, I'm gonna get you before you get me. Someone's gonna get someone regardless. I might as well
Mhm.
get you before you get me. Because even if you do get me, at least I got you first.
It's almost like a really gray area.
Really gray area. But also the fact that, you know, Gaethje's petty. Michael Chandler poked him in the eye. It kind of makes sense on this narrative with Gaethje that, like, you know, in his mind, he said, fuck it, man. I'm going to flip a switch now. I'm going to be the one penalizing now. If no one's going to
Right.
get in trouble when they do it to me,
I'll do it.
I'm going to do it first. I'm not going to be the
I'm
one
gonna
to
run it
get
too.
got. I'm going to
I
preemptively
mean, there,
foul you. And I can't blame him for that. I can't blame him for that because that's on the refs and that's on the sport. You know, I don't blame Gaethje for that because that's human nature. You know, that like he's getting fucked over and all the fighters are getting fucked over with the referees not calling this shit. Right. But what's on Gaethje is the fact that he's just cheating in the first place. You can't be doing that.
yeah,
You can't be
yeah.
doing that. I'm not saying he's a terrible person. I understand why he's cheating now. That's what I'm trying to say. I understand why he's cheating now, but you still can't be doing it, bro.
Let me ask you this: like in what's up, Franklin? Yeah, it is a very gray area. Going back, I mean, was that like a one-time thumb, or are you saying there was multiple in that fight?
Well, I think he's getting, you know, one or two in, and he's severely compromising his opponent, and it's enough.
Well, he said Ilya was couldn't even see.
Right. And that was already to the damage eye. If you look at the post I made, like Ilya's eye was already fucked, and then he decided to thumb him. Like he's real dirty with it, and like he did the
Mhm.
same thing to Patty. How can we say that that didn't compromise Patty in the fight? You know, because
Well,
the Patty eye poke, it didn't get called. These don't get stopped. That's the other side to it. When he's thumbing these guys, he's so good at it, the referee doesn't see it, and so the fight's not getting stopped. Remember the Patty fight? Patty's like, "Yo, bro, what the fuck?" And the ref didn't stop it, and Gaethje pressed him.
I do remember something like that.
And same thing with I think Ilya a little bit. He held his eye for a second, and then like
I
nobody
do
stopped
remember
it.
there was a few times he did do that.
Yeah, and so he's straight thumbing. And if he's pretty smart. I would only
Well,
imagine. I gotta look at the replay, but I bet you when the referee's on the left side per se, Gaethje's like perfect time to thumb. You know, he's thumbing when the referee's on that blind side. He's not thumbing
yeah,
when the
okay, I
referee's
get
over
that too.
here.
I
You
get
know,
that
he's
too.
thumbing when the referee's on that blind side. So it's hard to catch it. And
Okay.
so we gotta
So
condemn it. That's my thing. We gotta condemn it. You
well,
gotta
here's the
call it
thing
out.
too. If then someone needs to start asking like Justin Patty at the press conference, like, hey, did you experience this? Can you fill us in? What happened with what you thought during the fight? Because Patty never said anything after the fact.
No, he didn't really, but now people are pointing it out because it's two fights in a row where he's caught thumbing them.
And we haven't heard, and I haven't heard Ilya say anything either. So you know what I mean?
No.
Like we need some another like clarification here, right?
Right. And it does
But
start with us, speaking about it and
yeah,
drawing
yeah, no,
attention
no,
to it.
yeah, you got my attention on it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like, you got my attention so much that like the next fight, you're definitely gonna be like, whoa, okay, what's going on here?
Right. And if he does it again, it's the same thing with Cyril Gahn.
It
We're
will.
aware of it now. Let's make a
Well,
concerted effort to stop it.
it's almost like in football, right? Like if there's a like a dog pile, right?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of dirty stuff happens in there where the refs can't see and they're trying to get people off, and eyes are going into the helmet. I mean, fingers are going into the helmets. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like there's a lot of dirty shit going on right in that moment
Yeah.
where players know, hey, if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna get one in right now.
Right.
Um, so it's not so like, they're not going to be fouled on it, I guess you could say. But no, interesting. That's a very interesting topic.
Yeah, and to your point right there, it's like we could say, like, we understand maybe the ref's not calling it because, like Franklin called it. Franklin just left a chat. He said, "Blindside eye poke punches is epic." I mean, that's kind of epic.
Mm-hmm.
Blindside eye poke punches. But it's like, so we can't. We maybe we won't blame the ref fully for missing these because Gaethje's super tactical with it. But to add to your point, moving forward, now that everybody's privy to it, because the whole world watches this podcast right here, right? Now that everybody's privy to it, we cannot let him keep getting away with it. I mean, he just can't keep getting away with it. It's that simple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
But watch him
there's
keep
a
getting away with it. A lot of people are joking. They're like, I'll read
what
you
up,
the I'll
Franklin?
read you the responses real quick.
And
People are
Franklin, let
like,
me know what city you are. Let me give you a shout out.
it's so sneaky but effective. The dirty cheat. They're almost admiring it.
Well,
This is
honestly,
elite
I
level
didn't.
scumbaggery. Hard not to
I the
admire it.
here's the thing is like I didn't even realize that it was a thing in the past.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. So if there's history there, then of course someone's trying to skim the line of how to be able to use that to their advantage,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's like you just said earlier, human nature. That is going to be human nature.
It's human
If I
nature.
can if I can just kind of get a little bit of an edge, I'm gonna run with it because it's still like maybe I won't get caught.
Yeah.
So, um, very interesting.
And
What
it
up?
and it stems from
Shout out to
not taking care
Michigan.
of your fighters. Shout out Michigan.
Well, not only that, it goes back to there's a handful of things you could go here, right? Yeah, I think taking care of the fighters is the least on that checklist. A on the checklist is the gloves.
The Onyx gloves, it makes it so you can't thumb. They have this like pad on the Onyx glove, so it's like
That's what
more
I'm
so
saying. Like
immobilized.
this has been forever. The gloves.
Yeah.
This has been going since I don't know when we first talked about eye pokes before you and I even met, right? B is the rule the actual rules, the actual consequences, the actual um what's going to happen if this does happen. And we don't have any protocol. We have zero protocol.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting. I think it was it the Shara fight over the weekend?
Hair
Someone
pulled.
kind of got a pass almost.
There's two fouls that happened over the weekend. The hair pulling
Okay.
with Shara and Michelle Pereira.
Yeah, maybe
And then
that's what it
there's like
was.
this allegation about another fighter. He straight bit his opponent's ear, and the referee
I mean
completely missed it.
that's definitely out of pocket.
I mean, it's on the IG if you want to look at it, but
Yeah, that
yeah, two
I mean,
fouls that didn't even get called at all.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like, we know UFC is at the point where it's like you just can't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like there are now kind of some guidelines and some rules, but they're just honestly, I've been saying this for a while for a lot of different things. I think we're almost there where AI is going to get to a point where it's like, for example, I'll just use a football analogy. I hate the fact that there isn't a chip in that actual football that the refs have to go and try to eye it themselves and to see where it's at. There should be a laser in that chip, in that football, like a little chip that's a laser that just detects the minute it crosses a barrier
Mm-hmm.
with like AI technology. In UFC, there should be some type of AI technology to be like, no, that is an automatic foul. Bottom line, black and white. There is no arguments.
There's
There's
got
no
to be some type
question.
of instant replay camera that you can
Or you know what else would
pause
be
and it'll
cool?
like identify it.
what else would be cool? Like, if imagine if the ring. I'm now picking. I'm getting fantasy world, but you know, like when they grab the cage,
Yeah.
automatic shock. I'm kidding, but
Barbed wire cage and shit like that.
like electrify, you know, so like, you get
Yeah.
electrocuted. But no, but like if imagine like if you had like a buzzer, like be not like a not will buzz you, but like an actual noise or like a red alarm goes off because you grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how aware you would be of things.
Right. No, I agree. There just needs to be more accountability. But I mean, it's kind of a side note, but it relates. I don't know. Maybe the UFC is to blame or something because, with the Zuffa boxing over the weekend, there was this guy, Rayo Valenzuela. He got a knockout, but he dropped his opponent and then he punched him on the fucking floor. And like nobody did shit about it. But like in hindsight, like a couple days after the result, like the boxing community is kind of like me, right? But the boxing community, there's a lot of me. There's a lot of people who will be very loud and vocal and bitch and moan if there's an injustice. And like that's an injustice. You can't punch a fighter when he's down because he's allowed to stand up and have that standing 8 count, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when Ryo punched him after he fell or after he dropped, that guy wasn't able to stand up for the 8 count anymore. And you can't assume he wasn't going to be able to before Ryo hit him when he was grounded. And so
Right.
they did appeal that decision. They're going through it right now. But like these types of things need to be happening in the UFC. Like, but the
Yeah.
thing is that the UFC has this weird sheep mentality and nobody bitches. They just basically follow blindly what Dana and what the UFC want. And it's
Yeah.
it's a very weird concept because the fans are nationalistically loyal to Dana, and that's why they don't really complain and bitch because they almost see it as like you know a a downing of Dana and the product that they support and they like. But it's like, bro, it's not that. It's MMA. Like MMA needs to be held accountable. These fighters need how do I put this? MMA needs to be held accountable for the sake of these fighters. And what the fuck does that have to do with the UFC and Dana White?
Right.
Like these fighters make up the UFC, which is the promotion, but the UFC isn't MMA. MMA needs to be looked at as MMA. Like if there's injustices, it doesn't matter that it took place under the UFC banner. It's still MMA, and the justice needs to
Yeah.
be resolved. I just don't
Because
see it happening enough in MMA. You got it with uh, Cyril Gahn and just a list of other things that I can't even
because
think
there's
about
no
right
one's
now.
well because no one's policing them, right?
Well, and no one says shit. Even Ariel, like, where's Ariel? This is my thing though, right? Where's Ariel bitching? Where are more of the big people bitching? Everybody wants to bite their tongue to get a little interview, you know, and I don't think it really progresses anything. Ariel's basically gonna bite his tongue so that he doesn't scare away the person who's fouling per se, and that person will
Mm-hmm.
come on his show. Ariel will let him tell his lies, and then like the people in the comment section will call him out for lying. But that's the most Ariel does. People need to call for these injustices. The fighters probably need to stick up for themselves a little bit more. The fact that Gaethje did that, to be honest with you, Alia's team should take that to the highest extent. It's not even on me.
Yeah.
Ilia's team should be already responding to it. That's disgusting. We're appealing this loss to some degree.
Well,
We
and
want
here,
to file this against Gaethje. You can't be doing that.
well here and here's my thing. It's almost like for me, they needed to react quicker. If that was the case, it's like why now say it two was it been 2 or 3 weeks? Like why were you at day one, day two with this, with this appeal?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little
I'm
bit
not saying that it was
delayed.
oh yeah, super delayed. Super delayed. Because then you lose a little bit of your credibility. It's like, oh, now you wanna say it now. But I mean like I said, you just brought this to my attention today. So uh interested to see what happens in the next week to see because now there's pictures coming out with Ilya, right? Like he's
Hmm.
kind of showing his face and stuff. I don't know if it was me and I was that fighter, and if that was really the case, I would that you would think you would have said something to your teams like, bro, I think you poked me, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if they were aware of it, but now the footage has come out. So I'd
It
like
could
to
be one
see
of those things
Ilya
too.
respond.
It could be one of those things too that what's up, C Blue? What's up, Patricia Shaw? Um, it could be one of those things too. Is like you've been hit so many times in the face, your face kind of becomes numb.
Yeah.
You're not feeling that type of damage, maybe.
It all
So
feels
you're
the
not really
same, whether it's a thumb or the glove.
right. But I mean, to be poked, we kind of do know when we're poked. I don't know. I don't know. It's a great topic though. I got to say that for sure.
And there's no doubt, Ilya was poked. Whether or not Ilya recognized it at the time, right? And whether or not his team knows about it, there's no doubt he was poked. There's no
Mhm.
doubt. So, but this Patricia is saying, if you think all that damage was caused by a thumb, boy, is you dumb. No, nobody said all that damage was caused by a thumb. Boy, is you dumb. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like nobody said all that damage was caused by a thumb. But are you allowed to put a thumb in the eye? Yes or no? This is what I mean though. Like what kind of world do we live in half the time? You feel me? This
No,
guy's
I get
saying,
it. I get it.
if you think all that damage was caused by a thumb, first off, you're just flipping who the fuck even said that? Nobody said that. But let me ask you a question. Are you allowed to put a thumb in a fucking eye during a fight? Okay then.
No.
So what the
No.
fuck is going on here? It's the same shit. It's the same shit, bro. With how I bitched last week, and Dana's like, uh, yeah, Cyril Gahn without a doubt illegally punched Alex Pereira in the back of the head, but it was only twice. Did he punch him in the back of the head illegally? Yes or no? Okay, then there's a foul that needs to happen here. There's a penalty that needs to take place. I'm so sick of this shit. But also, Patricia goes, the champion has a name. It's Justin Gaethje. Yeah, the champion does have a name. It is Justin Gaethje. I'm not taking that away. But Justin Gaethje thumbed, and we're calling it out, whether you like it or not. So, but Cebu says, even with Trevor Whitman's padded thumb gloves, Justin will practice shoving the blunt thumb finger in the eye with a dragging jab manner. Okay, maybe, but here's what I want to say about Trevor Whitman's glove to add to this point. Trevor Whitman makes gloves, right?
Okay.
For the UFC, and it's to fix some of the eye poking issues. If
Okay.
you reverse engineer that thought, wouldn't Trevor Whitman know all the defects to the UFC gloves? And wouldn't he be able to teach Justin Gaethje what those defects are and how to effectively cheat with these gloves, considering the fact that he's making a glove to fix all the potential cheating that exists in the UFC glove?
And Trevor Whitman's Justin's trainer,
Justin's
coach.
head coach, his boxing coach. Boxing coach. Trevor
Right.
Whitman doesn't know wrestling, right? Trevor Whitman's a boxing coach. So he knows the old school cheating techniques in boxing, and he also designs gloves. So, like, he's definitely taken the defects from the UFC glove and he's saying, Gaethje, this is a defect in the UFC glove. They changed this rule in boxing back in the 70s, right? They immobilized the thumb in boxing back in the 70s because of this. The
Right.
thumb is mobilized with the UFC gloves. You could do this and get away with it, right? Like, best
Right.
believe Trevor Whitman might be telling him something like that. We can't say
Well, and I
for
think
sure, but I'm just pointing it out that Trevor Whitman designs gloves. He would know all the defects to the UFC glove to teach Gaethje to use in the fight.
yeah, I mean, in best believe in any sport, like I said, you just brought it. I didn't no idea, how far this went back about this type of technique or dirty boxing, you could call it. Um, everybody that knows it. If you're in the industry, I mean, if you're a fighter, you have to know about it.
Yeah.
You have to know about it.
Not for sure. Franklin goes, oh, they know about it.
Right.
Yeah, they know about it. Um, let's read a couple chats. Sea Blue says, nah, human nature isn't always to be dirty and have shady ethics. Some people are genuine and honorable. I'm starting to look real damn sus at Justin after the footage of this repeated tactic. Just to add to Sea Blue's point, I wasn't actually going to bring this up because I feel like we've been over this topic a lot, but there's nothing really else to talk about, so we might as well just drag this topic out. To respond to Sea Blue saying human nature isn't always to be dirty and have shady ethics, some people are genuine and honorable. Here's what I would compare Gaethje, because I said the Michael Chandler fight changed Gaethje. Gaethje got fouled in that fight, and now he's going to be the one fouling people. Here's what I'll relate that to. I'll say from my own personal experience. I used to work at UPS, and I used to fucking sort the boxes, right? Onto the conveyor belts per se. But obviously the boxes aren't one size fits all. They come in a variety from like 5 pounds to 50 pounds, right?
Right.
I'm a stronger guy, so I made it look a bit easy because I'm just trying to make my day easy too, right? So I'm chucking these boxes, doing my thing. The guy next to me, like an older guy, I was 18, right? And this guy's like 35 or something like that. And so basically what would happen is when this guy would fall behind, my manager would be like, hey, Jacob, switch with him. And I'm catching myself being like, yo, I'm getting tired as fuck here. because like this guy left all the big boxes. I'm throwing all of mine. And then I gotta fucking clear up his stack with all the big ones too. And he's getting paid 950,
Oh,
and
I would have loved to have
and
seen
I'm getting
this.
paid 950 too.
I would have loved to
You
have
feel
seen
me?
this.
So when I realized
We were
that,
live streaming too late.
right, but when I realized this, right, I said to myself, "Oh, I see how it works. I'll just be like this guy then. I'ma just slack and someone else can pick up my slack." And that's the same concept that what's happening with these fighters with the eye pokes. They're saying, "Oh, he can eye poke and not get penalized, and I'm going to get fucked over because now I'm compromised?" Okay. Well, then I'm just going to join the party then. And
Right.
I'm going to be the one fouling and not getting fouled. It's the same concept. So, just to respond to C Blue saying like not everybody has shady ethics. It's not even shady ethics. It's just human nature in the fact of like you're trying to operate efficiently in your workplace, and there's like these deficiencies within it, within the rule set. You know, the referees are not calling fouls. So you best believe these fighters, because it's also life points. Like, bro, it's not just like he's getting eye poked. You're potentially getting blinded. Look what just happened to Tom Aspinall.
Yeah.
So, like, of course, these guys are going to be like, if I'm just going to get fouled, I'm going to do it back. That's going to happen. So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch the fight back. I'm gonna run it back.
yeah. Tell me how many times he fucking ran that thumb. At least he did it once. He at least did it once. So, but speaking of the fight, you
And
know,
you know, and that's the thing too. It's like if we go back and we watch it, and it was like
10,
literally
10
like,
thumbs.
well, that would be that would be crazy. I
Yeah.
just, but see, my thing is that like I can't imagine Ilya not saying something. I can't imagine Patty not saying something immediately afterwards. Like, bro, at the press conference, like Patty's not one to shy away from like talking.
Well, I wonder I think Patty has said in the past though, like, I want that rematch with Gaethje, no eye pokes. But he just didn't. He wasn't. I don't think anybody's been aware until I came across this post, and I'm also like, you know, vocalizing it as well now. But I don't think they were able to put their finger on what exactly happened.
Mm-hmm.
As crazy as that may be, because they are professional fighters, right? So
Yeah.
like, but I don't think they were able to put their finger on it. Just
This
considering the fact that Patty's like, I want the rematch, but no more eye pokes. It's like, nah,
this
you
would
got
be an
thumbed.
official poke gate at the White House.
Poke gate at the White House after Gaethje's massive win. Poke gate.
Poke gate. That'd be wild.
Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to mention this one as well. But yeah, that fight got fight of the month.
Deserved.
Yeah, so good shit. Fight of the month. So figured I'd bring that up though, since we're downing Gaethje. Good shit on fight of the month, homie. And it's not even downing you, Gaethje. Just don't do that shit, and we'll be fine. We'll be all squared away. You know.
I'm gonna when I come back next Wednesday and I watch it again, I'll have a lot more evidence to discuss.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know. Now there's like a few other things.
What
I
about
don't.
the physique? What about the
I was
physique?
gonna say I don't really have much to say, but congratulations to Viziev. You know,
What a head kick!
yeah, good
Way to
shit. Good
finish,
shit.
and way to finish.
Yeah.
Way to finish.
You got anything
He
to say
also
about that? I have other things I wanted to talk about, but we can go over this one.
well, he also like just a great win. It's a great gritty win against an upcomer and put him back in his place and showed a Torres, hey, there's another level here.
Mm-hmm.
There's another level here.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It would have been a little bit more cool if Loco won.
I think I caught your stream and they said you were sleeping or something. I forgot what it was.
I might have been sitting around waiting.
All right.
Oh, I actually did. I actually did take a nap before the main event or something.
Oh really?
I think I took like a 10-minute nap. Bro, those 6 a.m. cards are fucking tough sometimes.
Yeah, they were tough.
Yeah.
Shara got the win. Mathis got the win. Oh yeah, Charles Johnson. That was a tough loss. As Asu looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Amabayo. Ikram got the win for Bruno. Abis got the win over Mikkel. This is the thing with Abis and Mikkel. I never know who I'm gonna get showing up. Ikram too, like, but I guess Ikram's been on a nice little fight streak right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he lost to Forrest Whitaker, so we'll see what they do with Ikram.
Mm-hmm. Shout out UFC Azerbaijan. I kind of don't care about it anymore, but it was, you know, good shit. I'm letting MTK take this one over.
He's like, all right, it was good. It was
I don't
good.
mind talking about the cards, but for some reason I'm good for now. I did want to mention something though. Oh yeah. What's his name? Ali Abdelaziz apparently like tried to scrap with Coach Nixick backstage after Manel Kop's win.
Wow.
So there's like reports that he swung on him. I don't know what for. They're not saying what for, but I do find that crazy. I do find
Is he
that crazy.
trained? Is he trained in anything?
Yeah, he does. He's had a couple MMA fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ali.
Okay.
But let's see what else is there. Have you seen anything that's piqued your interest recently?
Um,
There is a Paulo Costa topic. We could maybe. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's happening. Also, the McGregor ad where he's talking to himself in the mirror. That was gold.
I thought the only thing I was gonna bring up was this was the soccer related though, and it was because they were crying, the Ecuador journalists
Yeah.
getting things thrown at them, and I'm like, well, comes with the territory. You can't cry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bryce Mitchell video. Did you see that?
Hmm.
Bryce Mitchell is downtown LA. Bryce Mitchell seen biking 19 miles from LAX to downtown Los Angeles with a shopping cart full of sticks and a tarp. I've got a new survival gear. If it starts raining, I'll throw up my tarp and start my fire.
Throw up my tarp, throw up my fire.
Hey,
What?
man.
Somebody tries to rape me, dude. My man. That's it, brother. You get all
From LAX, bro.
That's right, brother. I got my survival gear. If it starts raining, I throw up my tarp, throw up my fire.
Hey, man.
Somebody tries to rape me, dude.
I don't know where we was going, but someone tried to rape me. Like, I don't know what was happening in this clip, bro.
That video is kind of old, but
Oh, it is?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
hey,
think he
just
biked to
saw
like Eddie Bravo's gym to go train like jujitsu after landing in LA. Bryce is
Oh,
crazy.
so this is being recycled.
Yeah.
That's funny because Combat Casual just was the one that posted it.
Yeah, I think he's clip farming because it's a slow news day. Sometimes they post old funny viral shit on the
That would
slow
make
news
sense.
days. Yeah. Part of
That
the
would make
game. Anyway,
Copy. Copy.
you know what? I think like I said, it's not that crazy of a day, so I don't even really want to force topics. That's pretty good on the stream, no?
But what if any
Because we kind of want to save the McGregor topics
yeah, I was just gonna say like maybe just like real quick
for next week. I
like the
also
undercard.
do need to edit a video, so I don't mind it ending soon. But you want to touch on one more thing before we end it?
Who do you got? Just the undercard, Tracy Cortez or Wayne?
Oh, for UFC 319 or
Yeah.
329. Weili Zhang or Cortez? Weili.
No, Wayne Kong.
Oh, Wayne Kong, Tracy Cortez.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Ethan Ewing out or is he still
He's
fighting?
out. He's out.
Oh, that sucks. I wanted to see that one.
Yeah.
You got Zachary Reese this week?
Who?
Zachary Reese?
Against who?
Ryan Gondra.
Sure. I don't know who Ryan Gondra is.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, a bit of a slower couple days. I actually only went live like twice
This week.
since our last live. Aside
Yeah.
from Saturday, I went live on Thursday and then Tuesday.
Okay.
But yeah, I took Friday off. I took Monday off. I took Sunday off, just because there hasn't been much to discuss.
Right.
So
Well, I mean, after UFC 329, I mean, there's a lot of fights coming up.
yeah. So
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like back to back action.
we'll take this downtime
'Cause you got
while we have it.
Because you got a McGregor, Duplessis versus Usman, Ankalaev versus Roundtree. Those are all back to back to back.
Yeah.
Medic versus Rodriguez, and then Machito Gary versus Makhachev.
A lot of good shit.
Yeah. Oh, they got Neil Magny on that card now. Jalen Turner on the card now. Jeff Neal on the card now. God, they got a bunch of like Neil Magny, Jalen Turner, and Jeff Neal.
Not bad.
They got Jeremiah Wells versus Mayabek Orabai. Vicente Luque versus Trishan Gore.
Oh, Vicente versus Trayshawn.
Yeah.
That's a good fight. Trayshawn's coming off a good win.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of guys that are kind of on that back end. Neil Magny, Jalen Turner, Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque. But Vicente moved up to middleweight. All right, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Parts trying to stop. All right.
Good shit. Good shit. You will be here next week.
Yes.
Okay, because next week is the McGregor Holloway card, so just double checking on that. That'll be the big show.
Showtime.
Showtime, yes sir.
And you got Saturday the next day, right?
Yeah, we got Saturday, Wednesday, or something like that, or Thursday. We'll see.
Be
But-
kind of cool to get us back to like on the same show, but like back to back.
Back-to-back days.
No, I don't mean back to back. Like back to back.
Oh, episodes on the same day.
Yeah, like so. Like I leave, he comes.
Yeah, we could do something like that. That wouldn't be bad.
You know what I mean?
A little like rotating chair.
Right.
Yeah. I see Sea Blue says weighing in penis gonna rep hard on Saturday night. I see what you did there. All right, boys. We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, dummies.
Bigger show next week. Bigger show next week. You know, not too much crazy stuff to talk about today, so apologies for the light show, but we'll be back with hard-hitting topics next week. So peace out, boys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like on the way out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed.